Hi, I'm Joe Walensky, and I'm the program manager for ConveyUX, and that's been Seattle's annual user experience conference for the past 7 years, and we're going into our 8th year. It's March 3rd, 4th, and 5th in downtown Seattle. It's produced by Blink, and I have the fun job of getting to talk to our many presenters. Today, I am talking to Christine Fajardo. Hello, Christine. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Hi, Joe.
It is, for me, a somewhat, heavily rainy day in downtown Seattle. Where are you talking to us from?
I am sitting in lovely Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is maybe about an hour northeast of Boston.
Well, I'm glad we're able to have you in the program, and we'll talk about your session, but a good place to start is if you talk a little bit about your background and the types of work that you do.
Yeah, sure. So my background, my training is graphic design. I studied graphic design in college and worked in first in print design and then made a transition into digital. So worked about 16 or 17 years as a graphic designer. And then when I decided to apply to Liberty Mutual, I actually was applying for graphic design jobs, and the recruiter here, she sort of said to me, yeah, Christine, we see you're perfectly qualified for all these graphic design jobs, but here, we want to show you these UX jobs. And so I kind of was a little nervous, thinking like, is this going to be the right fit for me? But I decided to take a risk, and I think it's paid off, and I've really, really enjoyed working here as a UXer. My title is product designer. And but we do a lot. We work very much in a generalist capacity, so we're not specialized just as researchers, strategists, designers, that kind of thing. We kind of do a little bit of everything here as needed, and it's been really fun.
And what about the nature of the projects that you work on? Is it inward facing for employees, or is it outward for customers of Liberty Mutual? How are you set up?
Yeah, so my customers are my fellow coworkers here at Liberty Mutual. So maybe some people might know this, but Liberty Mutual is pretty huge. It's about 50,000 employees globally. And I sit inside a unit within the basically central IT. So I work in technology. I'm a product designer for a cloud-based software delivery and development and delivery platform. So my customers are Liberty Mutual software engineers, application designers, data scientists, and they all use this large platform that Liberty is homegrown to Liberty. It's built and maintained by a whole team of Liberty Mutual engineers. And we work with product owners, engineers, and product designers. All three work in this multidisciplinary setup. We work in agile teams, and we deliver features and experiences to make the use of this platform seamless and efficient as possible, so that those engineers can create business value for Liberty Mutual.
Well, as we were just getting ready for this interview, you mentioned that you were getting involved with UX community activities. Why don't you talk a little bit about your interest there?
Yeah, sure. So when I made the transition into UX, I also at the same time made this transition to New Hampshire. So my whole professional career, I lived in the Philadelphia area, and I was pretty close to within and active within the graphic design community there. And when I moved up to New Hampshire, and which I'm from this area, so I was moving home. When I started this job, I realized, like, I don't have the community of peers and, professionals, the network that I had in Philadelphia when I worked as a graphic designer. And I'd really like to try to, in order to develop as a UXer, I'd really like to try to work on building up that network. So I became involved first as a member in the New Hampshire chapter of UXPA, and then ultimately I joined the board as well. So in that time, I have met a ton of great people, and I've really built out this lovely network and so many inspiring people. But something that I've been really interested in is that I've met a lot of people who are very similar to me. They made this transition from a different background and different expertise into UX, and we're sort of all on this journey together. And so it's been really fun and inspiring to help both to help others make a similar transition, but then also learn from those who have done it before me.
Well, I'm glad you were able to find your way into that. I know I enjoy my community activities a lot within the profession. Let's talk about your session that you're going to do at the conference, and the title is Blazing the Trail, Leading Design Within an Enterprise. So tell us a little bit about what you plan to talk about.
Well, so what sort of inspired me, I'll step back for a second, what inspired me to propose this topic is, having gone to a couple of other conferences, I realized that designers within the large enterprises like me at Liberty Mutual, as I said, we're this gigantic global company, it felt like my experience was a little bit different than what I was seeing represented kind of on the conference circuit or other kind of professional meetings and things that I was attending, even certain articles and things that I was reading about. And I just kind of felt like, geez, I wonder if I'm the only enterprise designer who feels this way, that they don't necessarily look around and say like, oh geez, where are the people like me? So that's what kind of sparked the idea in my mind. Like, it'd be great to present a talk to really speak to kind of the realities of what it's like to be kind of like this little grain of sand on a large beach, which I think sometimes it can feel really overwhelming, and it comes with its set of challenges. And then at other times it's of course a wonderful opportunity. And I think something that's I know definitely the case here at Liberty Mutual, but I don't think we're unique. These large Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies, banks, financial institutions, large, we're an insurance company, they're really starting to kind of catch up to the concept of product design or UX and what it really means to be customer-centric. So the discipline of UX is fairly new here within Liberty Mutual. Just for context, total, again, of those 50,000 global employees, there are about 135 UX professionals working at Liberty Mutual. So it's at times, like I said, feels like a tough road to hoe, but what's also really cool is that there's a lot of opportunity. We are in a wonderful position where we get to define what this discipline will look like within this organization, what those best practices should be, and how we want to create influence and value for the company. So that's kind of what I'm interested in talking about, because I'm hoping to just sort of maybe connect with other enterprise designers who maybe feel a similar way, like, geez, I have this mix of really wonderful opportunities and challenges, and on most days I'm just not quite sure what to do about it. So I'm hoping to really dig into that and reconcile, like, what does it mean to be in a big place and still have big impact?
Well, I think it'll fit in really well. One of the things we like to do at ConveyUX is be able to get into the real world stories, get case study information and anecdotes, and so I think we'll be able to get a lot out of your presentation from that. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me about yourself and your company and your work, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the conference when you journey over here in March.
Yeah, thank you. Really looking forward to it as well.